YouTube. It is snowing pretty good up here in Nebraska. I think CR England must told all their drivers to shut down. It's a bunch of CR England trucks parked here. Look at the sign over there. Look, what is that? A Love's. 50 is parked at a Love's. Well, I bet you. Let me see. Well, no, I think that's gonna be in the way. Well, actually, see that red top building right there? Just to the side of it, you might be able to see another white roof and then a building behind it. That's all the Walmart. See, there's two of them going there. That's all Walmart, a big Walmart distribution center. Okay. Yeah, close up to CR England. That's a big Walmart distribution center, and I had like 2 minutes on my 8 hours when I was leaving that distribution center, and I needed to do a 30-minute break, so I swung over this Love's to do a 30-minute break. But it's been snowing like this for a while. I got up at 3 a.m. and I left out about 3:30 in the morning to get to this load. And the load dropped off. You see how I did that? That's pretty cool, huh? The load dropped off at 10:30. I made it there at 10 o'clock and waited in line a little bit. Let me tell you something about Walmart. This is a distribution center, and it was not a live load or live unload. I was dropping off some cereal, dry cereal. I don't do reefer, and came from Post. And the Post people, I was at the deal, getting my bills and stuff, and an employee came in. Hey, was talking to the guy behind the window. And the guy says, "Hey, you want some cereal?" And my eyes got big, and the guy says, "Yeah, let me go get my cereal." And the guy pushed the button, buzzed me, and he went back there and came out with like 4 or 5 boxes of, corn flakes and raisin bran, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, man, shit, you didn't ask me if I want some cereal. If you go to the baking soda place, you can get some soap, some clothes washing, laundry detergent, but it's the powder kind. And if you got a really late model washing machine, you can't even use that powder. But you go over there and they got it stacked at the door. You take as much of it as you want. I don't know, maybe the boxes are printed funny or some shit, I don't know, but they have it for. So I'm thinking maybe they're gonna give out some free cereal for their drivers. Nope. But anyway, I dropped off over there and I didn't have enough hours, so I came over here and parked. But I've been driving through this weather at least the last couple of hours getting here. So after I did my 30, I pulled out and I went to the fuel island and just to go inside and use the restroom. But by the time I got out of there, the parking lot is about 70%. I'm like, holy shit. So I hurried up and found a place and parked. And so I'm assuming that the road conditions are just not good. So I ended up having to shut down, and it's 1 p.m. Central Time right now. So I've been parked for 22 minutes. Well, I've been a sleeper for 22 minutes and 15 minutes of post trip. But anyway, so I've been actually parked to stay for about 45 minutes. And now this joke is about full. So obviously the weather's really bad. And I'm going to include in this video a clip. Look, I was driving down here, and only about, I don't know, maybe 15 miles or so from my exit, I saw a jackknife, and I took a video of it. So I'm gonna add it to this little clip, and it's not all that good because I'm driving. It ain't like I can, do a movie premiere while I'm driving up the road, you know, in the snow and crap. But you know, I want y'all to see that. Um, so at, you know, noon, I'm parked for the day. I called in and told them I ain't driving. I ain't going. I ain't getting in that. I'll just wake up early in the morning and run. I could see on the radar. We've been on the last video. I talked about that. Check your radar and, you know, look for that inclement weather and then make a plan not to avoid it. You know, you don't have to drive through. If you got to drive through it, try to plan it where you don't have to get the bulk of it. Okay. So, anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about the school and getting your CDL. And the reason is because I was having a conversation with Chris, one of the subscribers, about schools. And I've had a few subscribers mention to me that they were going to try a different route, you know, other than going through a carrier school, but go to like a, I don't know, a community college or just some other route. There's a lot of ways you can get your CDL. And I guess the least expensive way to do it is just go get a learner's permit, and after whatever the window of time, 15 days or 14 days or something like that, you can, you know, go get a driving test. Originally, I was going to do that. I was going to get my learner's permit, and then I was going to go through CDL test truck. I think that's the name of it. CDL test truck. You can look them up on YouTube. And they're in Texas, and for like $2,500 or something like that, which is not a bad price. You go over there and you go through a 5-day school or whatever. You drive. They show you the route where you got to go for that the tester's going to take you on. I mean, you get all familiar with it. They got the truck and it's all legit. And they kind of got it in with the DPS up there, so you don't have to wait. You just go through that little old 5-day thing, and then you can go test. And I thought, well, that's perfect. $2,500, I'm in. Let's go. But here's the issue. When I talked to the recruiter said, well, that's cool, but do you have any driving experience? Because if you don't have driving experience, you're going to have to go through their Swift school, because they want, you know, you'd have some instruction. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure about that. I did call, well, actually I got called from another recruiter, and I got the same story. And I have no reason to believe that it's not true, because when I was inquiring with other carriers, even Maverick, they said the same thing. You know, you can go, unless you go to certain schools. Let's say I went to you know, a community college and did it. That would be different. It's different than going these you know, little schools that are not actually recognized by these big carriers as, you know, a good source of student, that they're going to make you do it. So, you know, it's true, but because it wasn't just Swift, it was other carriers saying similar things. So my response to it is, if you're going to go somewhere outside of these mega carriers schools, or even some of the small carrier school, and you're not going to be employed by the person that's helping you get your CDL, I would be leery, because these companies won't hire you. You know, or they might hire you, but they're going to make you go through their training school anyway. I paid, I think ours was $4,300, something like that, for our school. for Swift. Now I believe it's like $6,000 or something like that. But let's break that down. I mean, if I'd have paid $2,500 to go to the school there in Texas, that little 5-day thing, I still had to put myself up in a hotel. They said about my food and all that good stuff. So let's add, $350 to it, for the room. So even if it was $500 and it's making it even $3,000, there's only $1,000 less than what I would have paid at Swift, but it's still $1,000. So would I've gained anything? Actually, no, because I still don't have a job. I still can't drive. Nobody's gonna hire me. Just because you got a CDL don't mean they're gonna hire you. You don't have any experience, so they're gonna make you start, with the extra bottom, which means you're gonna have to, at the very minimum, go get $200 riding with a mentor. You still spent $3,000, so you saved $1,000. That's cool. That's cool if you can make that idea work. Good luck. Okay. The other side of that is you get a sign-on bonus. Your sign-on bonus is damn near equivalent to what you paid was for me. There's new rates I think it's a lot higher. I think it's $6,000. I think $6,000. I'm not 100% sure. If you're looking for a recruiter with Swift, click on the video, let me know, and then I'll give you my recruiter's information. I don't get kickback. I don't get paid. I don't get anything. I don't care. I just don't want you to get a recruiter that's going to lie to you. And I know she didn't lie to me. And if she says something to you or something that you don't understand, you can always, send me hit me up through the link here. And y'all know I try to respond. I try to respond as many of us can get to, and I try to get to just about all of them. And we'll answer some questions for you. But at the end of the day, is you want to go somewhere where you can get a CDL and get employed. Okay. So I don't care who you do it with. You want to go to Swift, cool. You don't, cool. I mean, you got to find somewhere where you are comfortable. I'm comfortable at Swift. I might be comfortable at Maverick. I might be comfortable at any other place. I don't know. I know goddamn well I wouldn't be comfortable at CDL England. Don't go to CDL England. I mean, only time I'm telling you not to go to CDL England, number one, is you test out in an automatic truck. You don't want that restriction on your license. You're like, oh shit, man, all I want to drive is automatic trucks. That's cool. That's cool. Right now. But why handcuff yourself for the future? So you don't like this job. Maybe the city where you live, the city say, hey, we hire a CDL driver $1,000 an hour. We got automatic trucks, but you can't have no restrictions. You got to have the endorsements, but you can't have the restriction. There ain't no job pay you $1,000 an hour to have CDL. However, you get my point. You cannot take a better job if they have that restriction. And a lot of companies have that restriction. Not that they're going to put you in a manual truck, but the option is there. If you don't have it, you just limited to what you can do. See, I ain't gonna know that shit. They ain't crazy. That's why they're a big ass company. They know you just cut your possibilities down by a whole hell of a lot going through their school and getting that restriction on your license. Okay? But no matter where you go, no matter what route you take, if you're going to get with one of these smaller schools and they say, we got employment for you, you better make goddamn sure that the employment that you're going to get is going to be sufficient for you to get at least a year. That way, when you realize you made a terrible mistake, you can go somewhere else and have that year of experience and not have to, go through all the mentoring programs and all that shit. Okay? So I'm not trying to talk you out of your route. I'm just trying to open your mind to another possibility. Wherever you go, make sure that even if you went with Swift, I'm gonna be here a year. you know, I'm gonna stick it out. If it turns to shit, I'm gonna stick it out because I need that year. After that year, you can move on. Okay? The cost of the school is not coming out of your pocket immediately. These big companies, it costs them money to educate you. I mean, they got to pay for the facility. They got to pay the instructors. They got to pay the instructors, Social Security, and plus of the insurance, and all that goes along with having an employee. They got to maintenance the trucks. They got to maintenance the facilities. They got to put fuel in the trucks. They got to do all this stuff. They got to pay the insurance on the truck. They do all of that. You don't think that costs money? Shit, it's expensive. Go to one of them schools and watch how many people driving. I didn't even want to park my car on Swift parking lot. I wanted to park on a goddamn street. It'd been better if I'd have parked in the medium, in the middle of the street. Some of them goddamn guys drive like shiznissel. They don't even need a goddamn driver license for a bicycle. They don't need to ride skates. They don't need to walk. I mean, some bitches cannot drive, man. They need somebody. They just sit in a wheelchair, let somebody push their ass around there where they gotta go. Them some bitches cannot drive. I don't know how in the hell they end up with a CDL license. You know, maybe they got an epiphany or some shit. This goes on with all of them, okay? There was people at the school with me that had been there. Now, god damn, I went over. I'm just rambling, that's why. There's people at my school that have been there for a long time. They had to test several times before they could actually be successful. So I ain't saying that you can be ragged and let you go. I'm saying that they're gonna work with you. You just gonna have to learn it, you know. But anyway, just be careful in the school that you choose. Choose whichever one you want to, but don't be worried about that money that you're paying for the school. Education is not free. Okay? All right, I done had y'all way longer than I should have. I see you in a little bit. I got a whole lot of time to see this, so I'm making a bunch of videos. Yeah, boop. Oh my goodness. Oh man. This is a bad day right here, family. This is a bad day. Look, look, look.